I don't think Bitcoin is going away. I think the Republicans on Capitol Hill have been pretty supportive of it.
The famous billionaire has impressed viewers with his vision for the future of Bitcoin in a recent interview, after arguments provided by philanthropist and ex-official David Rubinstein. Even some other billionaires changed their expectations from the cryptocurrency market. He managed to answer all questions that have been concerning crypto investors for the past few months, as well as shared insights about the spot Bitcoin ETF approval.
This is perfectly timed because Novogratz has been the piñata of Bitcoin when it goes down. It's been the genius of Bitcoin when it goes up. And all of a sudden, Larry showed up at the door to say, hey, big, respectable firms can prosecute and do Bitcoin. Link Lawrence Fink of BlackRock to Mike Novogratz.
Well, what's happened is people, as you suggest, make fun of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, but now the establishment, Larry Fink at BlackRock, is now saying they're going to have an ETF, if approved by the government, in Bitcoin. So you're saying, wait a second, if the mighty BlackRock is willing to have an ETF in Bitcoin, maybe Bitcoin's going to be around for a while.
One of the world's richest man and co-founder of Carlyle Group states that BlackRock is essentially given the green light to other financial institutions in order to actively invest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. If you are a large financial institution on Wall Street, you can now hop into the big game, since it's exactly what Larry Fink and BlackRock did. We have already seen how this scheme works. Remember how some of the richest traders in the world, Stanley Druckenmiller and Paul Tudor Jones, publicly supported Bitcoin back in 2020. As soon as they declared the ownership of the world's first cryptocurrency in their portfolio, every second portfolio manager on Wall Street had the opportunity to contribute to cryptocurrencies, since career risk was thrown out the window. If the industry legends did it, why can't others do that too? You see, right now we're experiencing the same thing with the spot Bitcoin ETF. If Bitcoin is good enough for BlackRock, then it's certainly good enough for any other financial company.
But it's one thing for BlackRock to come up with an ETF because they believe in the proposition of Bitcoin. It's another because they see a profitability proposition where they can, basically take advantage of the interests other people have. I mean, isn't that more of what this is? That basically Wall Street is saying, if there is a market for it and we can viably make one for them and make some money, why not?
Well, remember, Wall Street is in business to make money, and this is something they can probably make money of. You have to remember, the United States government has been somewhat skeptical of it. I think Democrats in the Congress, and particularly the people regulating the SEC, are skeptical of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But outside the United States, there's a lot of interest in it. I think FTX really hurt when it went bankrupt, and it hurt the crypto industry. But a lot of people around the world want to be able to trade in a currency that their government can't know what they have, and they want to be able to move it around, rightly or wrongly. And so I don't think Bitcoin is going away. I think the Republicans on Capitol Hill have been pretty supportive of it.
Mr. Rubinstein is trying to convey the following. The value of Bitcoin lies in the fact that it contradicts the government's views on the centralization of the monetary system. But now, in addition to millions of users around the world, we have multi-billionaires who openly support cryptocurrencies. And then many establishment representatives begin to see Bitcoin not as something dangerous, but as the future unit. Meanwhile, the future of our channel can be ensured by your likes and subscriptions. Thank you.
There's a difference between having a seamless cross-currency payment, basically saying that instead of going to Western Union, I can go and just transfer something in Bitcoin if it has a stable enough price. That's one proposition. But the proposition of Bitcoin as a store of value that could kind of be bid up the way that gold or silver could seems to have been parked with the advent of yield suddenly that you can get for actual money. I mean, isn't that sort of the feeling that you're getting?
Well, there's no doubt that when interest rates are as high as they are, you don't need to have gold or other kinds of things to get you some solid return, because when you get 5% on treasuries, but eventually 5% will be coming down at some point. I don't think Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies that are the better ones, the better known ones, Bitcoin and so a number of others, are going to go away. There's enormous interest around the world in being able to have something you can transfer without the government knowing about it and keep it private. And, you can say people shouldn't do that, but that's not going to stop people from doing it.
The most successful investors realize how important it is to analyze what other people think about a particular asset. And if you understand that a significant portion of the world's population wants a decentralized digital currency not controlled by their government or central bank, then Bitcoin will obviously continue to have value in the future.
Mr. Novogratz on Mr. Gensler. What did he say about the efforts of our chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission?
Well, Gary Gensler, who's the chairman of the SEC, is not a big fan of cryptocurrencies. I think that's fair to say. But he lost a major case recently in court where he was trying to argue that one of the cryptocurrencies, Ripple, was a security, and he lost that case. So I think the SEC has not been able to convince at least the government yet, or at least the courts, that cryptocurrency is such a dangerous thing. And I remember a lot of people in the government now are thinking that Gary Gensler won't be the chairman of the SEC forever.
That's where I wanted to go. I mean, these guys just wait him out, right?
I think that's a strategy that's very popular in Washington, waiting out regulators you don't like.
The Fed had recently announced a completely new scheme for overseeing the cryptocurrency market, which curbed Gary Gensler's order. At the same time, Galaxy Digital founder Mike Novogratz, who has been buying Bitcoin back when it was worth $100, recently noted that his insiders at BlackRock expect the spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved in the next couple of months. All these facts bring more confidence in the approval of applications for ETFs, with the path to the crypto market being open for institutional investors further on. This means that Bitcoin is no longer just an asset for a bunch of conspiracy theorists and libertarians. Rubinstein's rational thoughts give confidence in Bitcoin's long-lasting existence, with more and more big investors joining the initiative and bringing their capitals there. Thanks to everyone who supports our channel. Check out our other videos and see you soon.